The first thing I want to talk about today, though, is a little bit obscure, and it has to do with a bit of my personal past. So, for those who don't know, I used to, back in the day, not back in the day, but, like four or 5 years ago, I used to be a voiceover artist for a channel called Grapple. It's probably still around now. I'm not 100% certain. But when I was voicing over for this channel, the way that videos were made, it was a top 10 content farm, content mill channel. You would find a topic to make a top 10 about, and then I would have somebody who had who would write a script for pennies on the dime, and then I would voice it over for pennies on the dime. The actual going rate for voice artists for, like, it's like per line, or it's usually per word or per line, and it's like $1 or $2 per line, or a couple of cents per word. Which means that if you're speaking in a 10-minute long video, which is about 300 or 400 words, you should be getting paid at least, 20, 30, 40 bucks, something like that. Maybe I'm a little bit off on the numbers, because this is all off the top of my head. But when I was working for this channel, I got paid a very, very minimal amount of money. But I needed to work for it because I needed to be able to make ends meet. I ended up getting about $200-ish at the end of a month, just to pay for groceries from working on the channel. And I know that the editor was getting paid a lot more than I was, and the scriptwriter, we were basically splitting our money between the scriptwriter and me. So when videos would be made on this channel, scriptwriter would be given a bunch of ideas thrown at them, and then their job was to make a script for it. Script had to be a certain number of words, so it would hit 10 minutes, or it wouldn't be that many words, and I would just speak very slowly to hit the 10-minute mark. So then, when I would start voicing it, I had to fake enthusiasm. I had to fake all of the enthusiasm in every single video to try to make it seem like I gave a crap about the topic. They would talk about whatever was trendy at the time. It would be either Mr. Beast, or it would be some type of YouTube group that, like Dude Perfect was one of the ones that we would talk about, or I can't think of all of the ones, because they've been memory holed. They were things I didn't care about. There were things I never cared about. But I bring all this up to point out how minimal the funding was for this, because this type of content farm has morphed. So back when I did this, we did not have anything like YouTube Shorts. TikTok had not come out yet. I mean, Vine was dead, right? As far as anybody was concerned, short-term content had gone out the window, and it was out. Back then, TikTok was called Musical.ly, and it was just for dancing. So when you make that type of content, what would be the easiest pitch for somebody who's trying to make this kind of faceless content that you could just delete a person in and insert a new person in? If the script writer left, you would bring in a new script writer, there'd be no change. Voice actor left, you'd bring in a new voice actor, there'd be no change. Editor left, you'd bring in a new editor, there'd be no change. You want to build this channel in such a way that it seems like nobody, like that seems like nothing ever changes in it. It's just thing after thing after thing. And I remember a couple of videos hitting a few million views. Now, if a video hit a few million views, do you think any of us got paid more? Absolutely not. No. We weren't paid on performance. We were paid on just getting the video out there. Now, whether that's a good thing or not, I don't really care to talk about, because not every single person involved in the production process of something always gets paid either what they deserve or what needs to be put into the next project afterwards. What I want to talk about is, what if you were trying to pitch something to a CEO and said, hey, you know that editor? What if we didn't have to pay them? You know that voiceover? What if we didn't have to pay them? You know that scriptwriter? What if we didn't have to pay them? What if we didn't have to do any of that? Enter the modern age of content mills. I worked in the previous age of content mills, but the current age of content mills, the faceless channels, believe me, they are making a lot of money. They are making a whole hell of a lot of money. If I look up faceless channels on Twitch. Investing millions into digital real estate and changing lives along the way. YouTube nerd that runs 18 faceless channels with 2.5 million subscribers. Talking about building tools like Next Levio for the YouTube faceless industry. These people are making buku. There's a reason why when I was talking about my the Boogie interview, the Boogie documentary rather, that I said, hey, if I were in Boogie's spot, I would just simply make a bunch of faceless YouTube channels. That's what I would do. That's what I would be devoting my time to. Do a stream here and there, and then pump out a bunch of these things. Faceless YouTube can make a ton of money. Noxleeper says, what's a faceless channel? Those AI mills? Those AI mills are part of it. Think about the Hydrate Wolf Nightmare. Those faceless content mills that you heard about in the H Bomber Guy video, this is that. This is that. As somebody who worked for one of these things before the advent of the AI voiceover, before the advent of the AI script writer, before the advent of the AI editing tool, and believe me, we have access to AI editing tools. You know that I did some experiments with those AI editing tools for YouTube Shorts for a little while to see how it would turn out. Now, the quality that came out for the YouTube Shorts wasn't that great, and found out the reason why is that the AI tries to detect a speaker, and then it tries to bounce between the different speakers. And I'm a VTuber model. It doesn't actually know what the hell I am. So when I was doing a response to, say, Blair White, it just centered itself on Blair. Nothing I said would trigger it. It had no way of knowing I was speaking. It just sees me as cartoon. That's basically what it sees. Now, maybe those tools will improve in the future, but for now, the tool basically proved fundamentally useless for what I was trying to do. And the reason that I'm okay using a tool like that is I am my own editor. The only person I'm screwing out of that is me. Like, Raj edits YouTube Shorts. I edit YouTube videos and YouTube Shorts because he's got more clients than just me. So when I'm trying to put other stuff out there, I'm screwing me over more than anything. So that AI is as smart as me. It's just like, aha, look, a cartoon. But the point is, I have experience with how these tools work, and I can see how a person could just pay 3 monthly subscriptions. A monthly subscription to ChatGPT, a monthly subscription to the AI video editing tool, and then whichever voice bank has, you know, whichever voice they want to use. The, hello everyone, today I'm going to tell you about a movie that I saw recently. In the movie, the woman is assaulted by bees, and the bees are assaulting her face, because we have to talk about the bees. And then, this is where somebody would insert a joke about Nicolas Cage, but the AI doesn't understand humor, so it just doesn't. It just does not, it just doesn't know to do that. It doesn't know to insert any humor at all, right there. So, what do you do when you're a CEO and you hear, oh, the like $100 that I have to spend on every one of these videos for it to go out on YouTube and maybe earn 100, maybe earn 1 million. Who knows? If you told that CEO that, hey, instead of having 3 guys working on 1 channel, we could have 1 guy working on 18 channels and he could make you all the money. What would you do if you were that CEO? Well, the answer is very simple. You would take them up on that offer. Like, you would take them up on that offer. You would cut out any salary for your editors. You would cut out any salary for your scriptwriters. You would cut out any salary for your voiceover artists because you simply don't need them anymore. Like, that job that I hated doing might actually be a thing of the past because any CEO is going to just look at these new tools and go, yeah, nope, we can just do that. I may have hated that job, but I do know that that job helped me pay the bills. I do know that that job helped me pay the bills. That job made it so that I was able to handle existing as a YouTuber with not enough subscribers to make ends meet. I was putting out a video every single day on top of doing, like, I would, it was, what was the schedule? It was, Monday was reacting to biblical gender roles. Tuesday was an edited video. Wednesday was an edited video. Thursday would be hammered out, and then Friday would be an edited video, and then Saturday and Sunday would both be miscellaneous streams. Like, I had something coming out every single day, and that already felt draining. But on top of that, in the background, I was also voiceovering for these channels. As soul-sucking and draining as that job was, I know that it was necessary for my survival at the time. It was necessary for my survival, period. And because of that, I do have to wonder, what kind of a world are we moving to when even those jobs are getting just sucked away? Like, yeah, that's predatory, and sure, eliminating predatory jobs like that out of the market can be a good thing, but then now, I know people who have insanely good voices, and they cannot get voiceover work anywhere. I mean, hell, I only have voiceover work in a couple of projects right now, and neither project is complete, so I don't receive any payment for any of that quite yet. Like, all things considered, voiceover is a skill and a talent that you have to spend a lot of time working on, and it's not something that I'm happy to see get just like, the bottom level of it getting destroyed. It's like, yes, I would like McDonald's to maybe not be a thing, because the fast food industry is its own level of predatory on both its workers and everybody else, but at the same time, if you were to eliminate all of those jobs without there being a feather fall for people who need them, what are you doing exactly? What are you doing exactly when you just start eliminating those jobs for people, and then those people don't have anywhere else to go, because eventually you get to a point where there's not the Walmart down the road and the McDonald's down the road, because the Walmart down the road doesn't need 8 cashiers. They need 1 cashier and a bunch of automated machines. Now, granted, that one's funny, because the Walmarts are realizing that theft has gone up so much that they're having to get rid of self-checkouts. And you know what? Honestly, I can understand why they would realize that's a thing they need to do. They go, wait, hold on, paying people was better than just handing people the keys to the kingdom. Oops. But Otaku Senpai says a lot of talented voiceover people just doing fan projects. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with doing fan projects. I've lended my voice to non-paid projects before, and fan projects. I've done that for a few people. Corey Clayton's channel has me doing my Mickey Mouse impression and a couple of other people. I've done plenty of work for Prophet of Zod. There's a object show channel that is getting a bunch of episodes in production that I've done the voiceover work for as well. So, like, there's a bunch of stuff that I have lended to that I'm probably never going to see payment for, and that's fine. I don't need to be paid for doing stuff for my friends. I don't need to be paid for doing stuff when I'm just trying to learn a trade better. I don't personally need that. But when I see stuff like this, I see an industry that is largely being taken over by garbage. Because the AI voiceover shit, it is garbage. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. It's all garbage. If you've watched any of it, you've consumed it. You've gone into your YouTube shorts and you've seen the, like, part 1 of 57. This is about a movie. A movie where a couple of guys get on a ship. They are up to no good. Then they get crash-landed on an island. Like, it's the lowest level meaningless shit. There is no passion in it. There's no thought behind it. There's nothing. It's just putting out content for content's sake. And people who've watched my channel for a long time, you guys can tell when I get in that mode, right? Have you guys had that realization when, like, you can tell when I've gotten burned out? You can tell when I've hit that wall and I'm just going, shit, I have to make something so that I can eat. Like, you can tell when I'm at that stage, right? I'm hoping that I've got an okay mask, but I'm hoping it's not good enough to mask that. So can we use AI to make a Brokeback Mountain Trump and Biting edition? I mean, you can. I'm not gonna tell you can't. Like, yeah, look, we just go here, ChatGPT, OpenAI.com. We go here. And let's see here. Hold on. Let's go. How can I help you today? I need Brokeback Mountain with Trump and Biden. It seems like you're referencing the movie Brokeback Mountain, suggesting a scenario involving former United States President Donald Trump. It's important to note that any reference to real-life political figures in a fictional scenario should be approached with sensitivity. Ah! Why? Never mind. Apparently we can't AI generate it. It just didn't let me do that. So I can't tell when your lack of energy is despair or just burnout. AI has a limit, apparently. But I imagine there's a way to word it in which we could. There's a way to word it in which we could. Pop-Tart says, did you see that one video of Trump saying he's going to kiss a man? And everyone behind him just slowly stops clapping slowly. Yeah, it's almost as if he's supported by a bunch of homophobes. Weird. Even the AI is just like, I don't want that. I don't want any of what you're selling. Please do not do that. Anyway, the point is, I'm caught between a rock and a hard place. On the one hand, it's garbage content, garbage in, garbage out, and it's not the worst thing on the platform, but it is pretty bad. On the other hand, I really don't want people who are in the same position I was in, who just need to make ends meet, literally not be able to do the job that I did. As bad as that job was, I have worked at McDonald's, I have worked at Walmart, I have worked at Hardee's and all these extra places. I've worked at Aldi, I've worked in a call center, I've worked doing this voiceover job. I've done all those things. Did I enjoy my time at any of those businesses? No. Do I want those businesses to magically disappear or some alternative to not be there in their place so that if somebody needs to make ends meet, they can? No. I don't want jobs to all of a sudden disappear just because a better alternative is there and a CEO is cutting corners and costs. I don't. I really don't. I'm fine with independent creators using AI assistants for stuff because we have to wear too many hats to begin with. I'm perfectly okay with that. I don't know how we control for corporations. I don't think we can control for corporations. And it's really scummy. I'm not even gonna lie. But I don't begrudge anybody who uses these methods to survive on YouTube. Everybody's got to do something to make a living on this platform, and this platform is a soul-grinding experience sometimes for people. So, I don't begrudge individual people doing this. I don't begrudge indie creators using these tools. I hate the fact that these tools can be used by people who are just going to use this to cut jobs out of the market. And I don't know how to control for that. I don't know how to handle that. I don't know how to fix that. Maybe if you've got some better ideas, let me know in the comment section below, but I just wanted to do this rant on Faceless channels, probably because it's something that I've done in the past. And so it hits home when I'm seeing on Twitter a bunch of trending stuff about Faceless channels. I made $1 million doing Faceless channels. And now I can teach you how to do it too. That's the part that gets me. When somebody's doing that, they're just making money. They're just making money off of you. There's one person, and I don't disagree with a lot of this person's takes, and I'm not going to name any names here, but there is one person who runs a Discord that teaches people how to make faceless content like this. But the Discord, you have to pay a decent chunk of money to enter. And it's not like you're a Patreon member and you're joining a Discord to have some funny ha-has with a content creator. It's just an MLM at that point. Pay me money so you can gain the secrets and the keys to the kingdom, and then you can become a faceless channel. But the more faceless channels there are on YouTube, the faster that bubble pops. The more faceless channels you put into the market, the more you pump, eventually you have to dump. There's not going to be enough of that pie for everybody because human beings have limited watch time. We can't stare at screens 25 hours a day because 25 hours don't exist in the day. We can't have 10 billion people staring at a screen right now because 10 billion people who stare at screens don't exist. There's an upper limit to this. And it feels like this is a pump and dump scheme to get to that upper limit as fast as possible. I don't know if that's the case, though. And it's why I'm not naming any names here. It's why I'm not mentioning the person. Because I don't know if this is MLM shit or if this is honestly the exact same thing as bringing people into a Patreon Discord. I don't know which one this is for them. But I know what it feels like to me. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you haven't already. And as always, everybody, insert end of video tagline here. Hey, I just quickly want to give a thank you to all of my wonderful patrons who keep this show running. YouTube and Twitch are a pretty bumpy ride at the best of times, and the stability a Patreon provides me is worth more than I can say here. I'd also like to thank each and every one of my $20 and up patrons here, and they would be Red Joker, Britzkrieg, Cameron, Dren, Jemshin, Smiling DM, Poundini, Mabbity Babbity, Naomi, Isaac, Agamotto, Jordan, Ravi, Giuni, Kiratorian, Prisma, all of you, Sagitt, I'm not saying that part, and Starlight. And finally, thank you to everyone else that helps keep this channel alive. While you're here, why not check out another video? And thank you for watching.